Hey, this is Isaac Lahan, uh, and I am in my car. I'm not driving though, so don't worry about me. Anyway, uh, okay, let's see. We are talking today about the narrow way to heaven. Jesus talked about how there was a broad way that led to destruction, and a narrow way that led to heaven. Well, the narrow way means that a lot of people are not going to go with you. It even means that most people are not going to go with you on your journey. Because it's hard. One translation that's very accurate to the original Greek, it says that the road to salvation is narrow and it's also difficult. Uh, and not only that's kind of the same thing basically, because a lot of people aren't going to do it because it's just too hard. Now, there's a phrase that came up in the last few years. Dr. Phil kind of made it famous, and it is like when you're arguing with your wife. Dr. Phil says, "Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?" Well, the implication is that you lay down your argument or your whatever, even if you're right, because you want to be happy instead. Well, let's see. The Bible says that love does not insist on its own way, so that's true. We don't need to insist on our own way, especially if it's unnecessary. But the idea of right versus wrong has really been lost. The Bible says, "Woe to those who call good evil and evil good," because that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to think in terms of good versus evil, right versus wrong, biblical versus unbiblical. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to insist on, standards or I'm going to do this because it's right, and not because it's popular, but because it's right. There's many examples of that, like the narrow way. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. A lot of people aren't going to go along with you, even if you may be deciding to be happy the other way. Also, there was the prophets in the Old Testament, like Jeremiah. He preached for many, many years for the people to turn back to God. He asked them to turn back to God, and they didn't. And for many, many years, he preached, and he was not successful. He was not popular, but he did it because it was the right thing to do. That's why would right be wrong? We're literally calling right wrong when we say, "Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?" So anyway, yes, we need to take the high road and not be troublemakers or anything like that, and we need to care about people, and we need to do that and not insist on our own way. But at the same time, we do need to stand for what is right, and that's part of the Christian life. And so it's clearly biblical. So, all righty. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.